I just want to talk about my day a little bit and everything that I have going on. I just left the cigar lounge this morning, hanging out with my buddy Spoon, and now I'm heading over to the house to pick up my teenagers so we can go do Easter stuff with our friends. We spend each Easter weekend with our friends and their family, Rick and Maddie. It's pretty cool. They're Catholic, and my wife's family was Catholic when she was growing up. So she likes to do like the Catholic stuff on the weekend, Easter weekend with them, which is cool. I think it's pretty awesome. I like Rick and Maddie a lot. They had cool kids, and it's always a fun hang. So I'm gonna go pick my teenagers up, and then we're gonna go grab some food to make sandwiches. And then we're gonna go over and paint our bottles for a bottle hunt that we do for the adults. So we do an Easter egg hunt for the kids, and then we do a bottle hunt for the adults where we get, beers or ciders or something. And then we paint the bottles, and then the girls hide the husbands and the husbands hide the girls tomorrow. And we do our little hunt. It's gonna be very fun. I look forward to that every year. I forgot this morning that this was what my day looked like. So this morning, Spoon called me and said, hey, you wanna go grab a smoke? I said, sure, man, let's go do it. And I met him at 10. It's now like 11:30, and I just finished that up. So, heading over to the house, and I just wanted to kind of unload some thoughts and talk to the camera a little bit because I like it so much. It's really fun to have this ability to just film really quickly. This Osmo Pocket camera is pretty rad. And then this microphone right here attached to my head in a really annoying way really makes the audio pretty cool because I'm flying down the highway right now with my windows down, sunroof open, and the audio is still crystal clear, which I think is just amazing. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun day. Tonight, so after we finish the Easter stuff with Rick and Maddie, tonight my old band has invited me to play a couple songs with them at a local venue. So I'm gonna go with my neighbors who are going to see my old band, and I'm going to impress them by going on stage and playing a couple songs tonight. It should be very fun. And I'm gonna be singing one of the songs, actually. So I'm a musician. I play pretty much any of the main instruments, drums, guitar, bass, and I sing a bit. And I used to play bass in this band here locally called Bombshell. And I couldn't play anymore because I was having some trouble with my ears. My hearing was getting really messed up, and I was diagnosed with this crazy thing that, I couldn't shake. So I got that sort of semi taken care of, and now I can make limited appearances with Bombshell. So if their current bass player ever needs a weekend off or anything, they'll call me. I can go play the gigs with them, or I can make special appearances, especially when the venue is literally 5 minutes from my house. So my neighbors are gonna pop up there. They're gonna get to see me go on stage with Bombshell. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. Hopefully I don't mess up the songs. I'm sure I won't. I played music for so long, it's just like muscle memory, second nature at this point. But yeah, it's gonna be great. And then after that, well, actually no, I'm going on stage probably at 11, so there won't be an after that except for going home and going to bed because tomorrow's Easter. So we'll be going and doing church stuff tomorrow. And then we'll be back at Rick and Maddie's tomorrow for the big Easter egg hunt. And then, what else? Oh yeah, the bottle hunt that I was talking about earlier. And yeah, then we just hang with them for a bit. We'll have a big dinner. And then I'll relax Sunday and then prepare for my big week. I'm selling this BMW that I'm driving right now, finally. I'm just getting rid of it. I'm gonna sell it to a dealership because I just want it done. I could probably sell it for a lot more if I sold private party, but the big goal here is to just not have the car taking up space in my driveway, and perhaps replace it with a Cybertruck or maybe like a big internal combustion engine truck. Not sure which one yet. I'm leaning more towards the Cybertruck since I already have a Tesla. I'm used to that, and I love the Tesla self-drive, and I think that I would miss that in the truck. So unless they come up with a gas truck that can have full self-driving, it's going to be hard for me not to buy a Cybertruck over a traditional internal combustion engine truck. Not that the gas prices are a big factor, because, you know, I thought about this the other day. This is a little bit of a rant. I was talking to my dad about gas prices, because he's a collector of cars. And I realized something, like to fill a 17-gallon fuel tank up, even if the gas goes up $1 per gallon, that's only $17 extra when you fill up. That does not affect me that much. First of all, I'm not really filling the gas up in any of my vehicles that much. So it's really not a big factor for me. It doesn't have a big bearing on my life. Mainly because I drive a Tesla. My wife does, you know, a pretty good amount of driving, but I never know when she fills it up or how much it costs or anything like that, because I'm just not sitting there analyzing the bank account or anything like I used to. So I don't know, man. Gas prices don't seem to be that big a deal to me. And maybe it's because I'm completely out of touch. Let me know in the comments if I am completely out of touch. But, you know, 17, 18 bucks, I mean, that's a coffee and a scone in the morning, you know? Maybe just skip that once, and then I don't have to worry about the $17 extra that it costs to fill the car up. Anyway, I'll come off of that rant because that's all I have to say about it. I saw that they were, you know what? I don't want to talk about that. Never mind. Since I'm just flowing and just letting my thoughts out, I wanted to talk a little bit about my YouTube channel that's related to gambling. That's my biggest YouTube channel right now. I have a following on TikTok for some other stuff, but my biggest social media following is gambling content. And I'm really going crazy on gambling content in 2026. I just got permission to film at my local casino. So I'm going to start making a lot more gambling content, and I won't be posting it on this channel. This channel is just for me to look back and remember what my life was like during this time. So you won't be seeing any like slot machine play or blackjack or craps or baccarat or anything like that here. It'll be on my other channel, which I'm thinking about changing the name on that. That one's called Jason's All-In Adventures. I'm not sure that fits what I'm going for right now. I think I'll have to just change the name of that channel, because it was originally started as a gambling/travel channel. And, you know, I do a lot of cruising, but I don't know how much travel I'm going to be documenting while I'm gambling. I think that needs to just be single focus, just about slot play and all that stuff. But that's just, you know, something that I'm really focusing on in 2026. And I fully intend by 2027 to fully replace all of my income with the YouTube channel, the content, the gambling content on YouTube. So that's my main goal. And I'm a goal-driven person, like a goal-oriented person. So when I put my mind to something and I say that I'm going to chase it down and pursue it, I really mean it. And this gambling thing is really important to me because I feel like it's my destiny. You know, I think that it is my destiny to entertain people with my degeneratism. I'm a degenerate, and my friends and I like doing that stuff, so we're all gonna go do it together. All the good slot channels have not just one person. There's a person who's, I guess, the main focus, but they've got good people around them, and they build their friends up, and I love building people up. So if I can get my slot channel going and then build my friend's slot channel up, man, that's just gonna be fantastic. If I can get myself and like 3 or 4 of my buddies put on, that's gonna be the greatest thing ever. Because then I can travel, hang with my friends, do the stuff that we love, and everybody's eating, you know, everybody's making that money. So I'm very excited about that. I've always been the kind of guy to lift my friends up. I've done well, and if you're my friend, I try to take care of you. Now, there are some friends who have had some things to say about that in the past, and I forgive them. I've posted on social media when I travel, like I'll post myself in an exotic location, and I get a little bit of hate from people that I came up with, like people in the mud. You know, we came from the mud, basically. And some of those people that were with me back during those times are resentful that I'm doing well and they're not. And it's just a mechanism of my hustle, man. Like, My hustle never stops. It never has. It never will. And they just took a different path than I did. They took careers. I took risk. And, you know, they had stability that I kind of wanted when I was in my, you know, late teens, early 20s. I was looking for that, and I couldn't get that. So I was thinking to myself, like, man, those guys got it made. But I took all the risks, and man, I've made it, and I've been poor again, and I've made it, and I've been poor again 4 times. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking move back in with my parents type stuff. And the moral of the story is, when you see me posting a picture from the Bahamas or something like that, what you don't see is everything that it took me to get to that moment. And people seem to forget that. I wasn't taking pictures when I was living in the front bedroom of my parents' trailer in my 30s after a divorce, you know, a separation. I wasn't posting pictures of me borrowing $10 to go buy hot and ready pizzas from Little Caesars to feed my kids. You know, I didn't post that because I was embarrassed. That was embarrassing to be that age and to have done the things that I did and to have lost it all and now to have regained it. You know, people never show that downside. And I kind of wish that I had, because maybe then they would have more context about why my life is what it is now and why it looks this way. But some of those people said some really unsavory things about me very publicly. And I just want them to know that if you're watching this or if you ever come across this, I never took it personally. I'm never the hold a grudge type of guy, and I forgave you the moment you did, you know, the moment you made those comments. And when you guys ganged up on me together in comments, you know what? I forgive you, and I forgave you immediately. And I think I've spoken to all of those people since then, and everything's fine. And I'll help you again if I can. That's just the kind of guy I am. Anyway, pulling up to the house, so I'm going to turn this thing off. But yeah, that felt good. That was a fun little drive-in talk. I'll see you later, guys.